You are now listening to The Garden of Thought.
The Garden of Thought.
They talk about the possibility of life outside of our solar system.
About mythology.
Unexplained edges of reality.
And the Gospel of Thomas is hosted by Mr. Thomas and
Jeff Lippman.
Today's featured guest is Vinnie Pacifico.
You can follow him on Instagram at Vinnie Pacifico.
Welcome, everyone. I'm going to go with to GOT presents the GOT, the Gospel of Thomas, formerly branded as GOD presents the Book of Black. It still might be Book of Black sometimes, but it is GOT, Garden of Thought, because Garden of Doom has been rebranded as it really should have been for a while. And with us, the big man of the Boomaye Fight Club, the guy who gives the advice, the guy who does the training, the heavy, the guy who neutralizes rogue horsemen, Mr. Thomas. What's going on, my man?
Hell yeah, I'm here. I mean, technically it's the Book of Black. It is Black History Month. I'm only half black, so I don't know whether we're in the first end or the tail end. It'll all work out, but we're doing just fine. Thanks for having me. Welcome back. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having you to what's practically at least half your show. And our guest this week, universally loved, Vinnie Pacifico. How are you, Vinny?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for
very happy to be here.
I'm always skeptical about these people that are well liked across the board. It worries me.
I'm a little suspicious myself.
Even I will vouch for this man and say that at least as little as I know, he's good to me, which is all I can say.
I mean, first of all, when he came on, you're like talking to him like everyone else. You're like, I don't know this human, or I might have met this human once, but you're like, Vinny, good. PJ's like, sweet, I love Vinny, I'll be there. So like, he may pop in. Other people I spoke to within the last couple months, Kenan Dmitrijevic out of Windsor, Canada, he says, you know why Vinny's killing it? Because he puts in the work. Vinny does everything right. And then I talked to Jeremy Prophet a month later, and he's like, love Vinny. Vinny's a great guy. And it's like, everybody loves Vinny. And I'm like, yeah, he seems like a pretty great guy. Like, I remember him when, and I've sort of, followed his career from it sort of being fledgling to now it's a full bore thing. And I, of course, take full credit because of X, that's everything. I'm like Paul Heyman on X by hitting like or, something like that. So, Vinny, I have seen you go, become a champion, travel around the country, not the country, other countries. You went to Japan. Obviously, you've been in Canada doing this. And then I see a picture, there's the song, and we're not supposed to talk about who did it, bigger than the lights in Times Square. Now, you weren't bigger than the lights in Times Square, but you were on the Jumbotron in the center of Times Square. What was Vinnie Pacifico doing in the Jumbotron on Times Square? That's bigger than the Impact Zone.
Promoting a movie. I very fortunate, very blessed to have been put into this amazing film called Frequency of Miracles. Amazing cast. They got they have legends, people who are best-selling authors, top speakers like Les Brown, doctors like Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Joe Vitale, a lot of huge names. And the executive producer saw something in me, says, hey, Vinny, I want to put you in this opportunity. I know that everybody else is really, legends and they're all older, but I want to put you in this platform and just see how you could bring the, younger audience and also get a new audience of people. And honestly, it's been amazing. And we went to the city. That was a big media week to promote the film and the cast on the billboard, and that was just a wild week for me.
Okay. You know that Vinny is from the Metro New York area because nobody else says went to the city unless they're from near New York City. Everybody else tells you what city, but it's when the city. Folks, we're educating you here on this show. When people say the city, they mean New York City, unless it's in the context of a conversation that with your own friends that you're going into town. But even in town, when you go, I'm going to Baltimore, I'm going downtown, I'm going to the city. The city is New York City. Anyway, so, yeah. And of course, in typical Vinny way, after he shows the picture of himself on the Jumbotron there, lighting up Times Square, he shows a picture of his wife and his mom and says how much he loves them. And like, the thing is, he really means it. It's like,
I realize I'm very thankful for people in my life. I saw a quote today. If your woman is by your side when you have nothing, and they bet their life into you, give them everything when you have, there's some quote I saw. Let me actually look real quick. The quote was a very nice quote that I saw. My wife met me when all I had to offer was potential. When someone beats their life my wife met me when all I had to offer was potential. When someone bets their life on you, make sure they win too. And that was a very beautiful quote. And my wife met me when I was 20, 19 at working for Ring of Honor. And, she really didn't know anything about wrestling. She's not a wrestling fan, doesn't know, but she, she's a little older than me. She believed in me to, just do what I thought I knew best. And, and she's rocked with me since day one. And, I always believe give thanks to that. But yeah, and that was a crazy week. We went from the billboard in Times Square to the UN that week for the African Women's Health International. That was really cool. That was very special. I met some really cool people there. It was very special.
Thomas
Very big week.
The half that's interested in Black History Month is interested in this story.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Okay. How did you get invited to the UN for this particular festival? I mean, for those who don't know, you are not an African-American gentleman.
I know. So someone from the cast was a part of the ceremony, and she invited some people from the other part of the cast to come to the dinner and enjoy themselves and just be there for the festivities and support. So it was very nice to be there and support a good cause, a good movement, and I loved it. It was a very fun time, met some great people, and that was like last week, and it's crazy. That week was just, it felt so long, you know what I mean? But it feels like it was really, really cool week. And I'm, like I said, I'm very excited.
The real question is, what did they serve for dinner at this UN party? Let's get down to the nitty gritty, brother. What was on the menu? Did you get to pick and choose, or was it a buffet of sorts?
It was, I had salmon. I had salmon. So I said, you know what? I've been eating steak constantly. I want some salmon. I had salmon and mashed potatoes. Then there was a cheesecake for dessert. And I had a garden salad for appetizer.
Excellent.
Sounds a little bit reasonable for my taste. I mean, did they have butler orders? Was there like scallops wrapped in bacon? Chicken satay? Was there?
No, they didn't have that. I think it was a salad for the prefix menu.
Well, I guess it's good that the UN isn't wasting too much money. At the same time, I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed and a little bit relieved at the same time. And like Thomas, although I'm not actually half biologically Black, my soul is at least half Black. And I'm thinking that they ripped off on the African festival, right? Isn't that what you were thinking, Thomas?
I mean, it is what it is. The menu is the set menu. It's probably that for every event. We won't look into it too much.
He's too reasonable. He just he's just listen.
I like this guy.
Can I do like a little bit of a humble brag here? And this is so I'm on my second marriage. In between that period of time, during the course of my life, I have dated or seen or whatever, multiple African-American women. But I've also, when I was not married and not engaged, I dated two African women. So one was actually from Nigeria and one was from Kenya here on, visas or whatever.
Wow.
One was an obvious, immigration, scam, whatever, but I knew she was trying to scam me. So it didn't really matter. And basically I was going out with a supermodel. All it cost me was a pair of Chanel glasses after 3 months.
Nice.
Fine. Right.
Deal.
The other woman everything was she's delightful, lovely, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Third was an African-American woman who's white. Father was Rhodesian.
What?
Wow.
Which is of course Zimbabwe now. Sorry. So that's my little humble miscellaneous, Jeff was a player for a short period of time.
I like it.
More Black women than I have. I think you just exposed me there. Holy shit.
I'm sure if you tried, you could outdo me in a span of 2 weeks. But
if we ever do a Book of Thomas after dark, I'll tell you everything.
Oh, the Book of Thomas. Well, now we're definitely doing that.
Oh.
All right, Vinny. So back to you. All right. So in that, I also, you did say well, I don't know where to start, but I think I want to go from, I'm not really clear what kind of movie this is, but you also said you love horror movies. And it sounds like the movie you're in is nothing like a horror movie at all.
No.
So let's talk about what kind of movie it is. Is it entertainment? Is it documentary?
Documentary based. So a bunch of people from different walks of life are interviewed, and they're interviewed about their mindsets, what they believe, how they got to where they are, their attributes, like all their achievements. It's just a really, really like, how do you get to where you are? What's your law of attraction? What do you believe? How do you do it? And just a motivating, inspiring movie for people to see, learn, and possibly get inspired by. And it's based off The Secret, which was 2006, a very, very big movie. And some of the cast is a part of it as well. So it's a very, very special movie to be a part of. I'm very lucky, like I said. a wrestler being a part of a movie with a bunch of best-selling authors, doctors, speakers. Come on. But like I said, very blessed to be a part of that. But I do love horror movies. You know, there is some talks out there for horror movies producers. That's most I could say regarding that. But there is talks actually supposedly to happen really soon. So that's really good there.
Okay. It's not going to be like Chucky on Ice or something, is it?
It would be nice if it was, but
Like a
no,
great
it's not.
gig.
What's that, Thomas?
That seems like an excellent gig.
I just say, right? That
Chucky
sounds
on
awesome.
Ice? That's a dream job.
Chucky
I
on
love
Ice.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish.
And maybe Ricky Lee Jones can finally make some money off of Chucky's in Love. She actually thinks that song was a curse to her, and I love that song. It's such a sad little story. All right, so now we're going to go on another mini Jeff rant because of a horror movie. So yesterday or 2 days ago, I was on a podcast where we were reviewing the movie Nosferatu, and right, exactly. So I didn't see it in theaters, so I rented it, a 48-hour rental. So I rented it. I watched it 2.5 times. Now, the half a time was because they were really serious about that 48 hours, because in the middle of the movie comes the 48 hours and right off the screen.
Wow.
I learned today it's going to be on Peacock in 4 days, and I have Peacock. So I wasted $20 on that rental. Now, we don't need to talk about that movie. I saw Vinny's reaction.
Jeff, real quick. Same thing happened to me, but I bought it. So I have a movie that I bought that I didn't like. It was nothing like the original. It really did not hit what I thought it would. I didn't hit the nerve I thought it would hit for me. Didn't like it very much, which I'm really not a hard critic with movies. I'm very easy to please. I don't think there's a movie out there that I have seen that I haven't liked really. But that movie, I was expecting more for Nosferatu. But yes, I did. I bought it on YouTube. I think rent. I'm gonna like this movie anyway. I love vampires, so I bought it and didn't like it, and now I have it stuck in my YouTube.
I am sorry. I really am, but I feel the same way. I thought, to be honest, I mean, some of it was obviously very well thought out. So some of the visuals were beautiful. Some of the atmospherics were palpable.
Yes,
but it was long and boring, and frankly, it was lazy. He took the black and white Nosferatu, and he took Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, and basically sort of mixed them together.
But why you have mustache? Why I gotta give him mustache? There's no need for that.
In the world,
no hate the mustaches, but I wanted him to look like the original one, but like maybe a little cooler. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't love the way he looked, but I had other problems. Like, why are they saying in 1833 he's in Germany? First of all, there was no Germany. So let's start with that, with like a $200 million budget movie. I mean,
yeah, right.
There were like a whole bunch of provinces, principalities, and duchies. It took until it was a Kaiser Bismarck to unify Germany, or after Napoleon. So there's that. And the whole, one of the key points of Dracula is they had to take a sea voyage because vampires can't travel easily over water. And so he was crossing the English Channel. Well, from Transylvania to Germany, you can make an overland trip. Yet they still did a sea voyage anyway with this stupid ass movie.
Wow.
and they ruined the Demeter, which was such a good chapter that they actually made a movie called The Last Journey of the Demeter, Last Voyage of Demeter, which wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was as good as this. I expected more from Robert Eggers, who's done some of my favorite movies, but also some of my most disappointing movies. But let's talk about happy things. Like, what horror movies within the last 5 years have you really loved? And hopefully there's some that I didn't see, or maybe Thomas didn't see, so you can sell us on those. I think Thomas gets scared.
I do. I'm not a horror movie guy, but I'll take suggestions.
Yeah.
Really? What do you like?
I thought, you know what I really like? This is going to really date me as a human. I like those like Paranormal Activity, like just the pots falling off the wall in the kitchen. That's enough to freak me out. Like that shit. How's the goddamn pool cleaner keep getting back in the pool? I take it out every night. That's the type of stuff. Number one, it'll drive you crazy. Number two, it'll make you think shit's living in your house, which I think is way worse than some dude chasing me with a knife or a chainsaw. That shit blows my mind. And I don't need to see all of them after I've seen the first couple. So but if someone can refer any type of paranormal type movie that would kind of fuck with me a little bit, I like the suspense.
See, that's the difference in mentality between someone who's 6'4" and someone who's 6'4".
No, I like that.
I could probably handle the average, knife wielding dude. Like, I could handle Art the Clown, but this stuff that I can't touch or feel, I'm not messing with that. Me, I'll take the Haunting. I'll take the Poltergeist. I have no chance against Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or really anybody who can walk for more than 4 minutes. I mean,
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I'm doomed.
I agree. I like that. I like his mindset, Thomas's, with the movies, because there are a lot of scary movies, and definitely, ghosts, something you can't see. I would say is maybe scarier than what you can see because you don't know what's going to happen. So I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I saw a movie that very suspenseful, not really paranormal, but a movie that I watched that I said, this is different from every single movie I've ever seen in my life, and this is a movie that I want my friends to see. It's called The Mockingbird.
Yeah.
It's the logo on the front of it is a clown. What?
I think I saw it. Is it with like in Australia with like the Irish girl who gets abused and escapes in Australia? Okay, so I didn't see it.
It's Mockingbird, and the logo would be a clown on the tower. That's what you see. Oh. That was a movie that the format of the movie is different than any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Loved it. Very weird movie, but I think if you want something different, because I mean, again, like I say with everything in life, be different, and that movie stood out to me.
Okay. What about Hereditary? Did you like Hereditary? Did you like? I'm trying to think of like some of the movies. Like there was the new Halloweens. There was the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Halloweens. When you asked me, I was going to say the Halloweens that came out. I love the Halloweens, all of them. The third one, Halloween Ends, give or take. But I really liked all the movies. I like It. That's always fun. Mm-hmm. I love clowns. Clowns are fun to watch. I enjoy watching clowns.
Thomas, you're shaking your head.
It's not. Clowns are just generally creepy to me, and maybe just because like I watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space like over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I can. I don't know, man. There's just I get it. Something about it that I would never just not chuckle, because I think of like Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons, and I can't think of a weird clown hurting me, but like I get how it's creepy. If anyone's ever watched the circus season of American Psycho,
yes, wait, yes, yes.
Maybe that's more like like demented clowns, like not the happy-go-lucky clown that just like, oh man, those ones make my skin crawl. But I think it all goes back to Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the best worst movie ever.
I agree. I didn't see Killer Clowns yet. I'm going to see that one very soon. It's on my list. But yes, American Horror Story. Yes, Twisty the Clown was a great clown. He was, honestly, the fact you can't see his full face makes you want to see more. Yeah. His face already seems scary as shit. So it's like, how much creepier can this guy get? And you don't know what to expect because he has no face. You can't really see his full face. So it's like, is he happy? Is he sad? We don't know. That's something that I really enjoyed. And the whole season is really cool because it's a circus season. It's like freak shows. It's people who, with the misfit toys. It's really, really cool.
So this should come as no surprise to anyone. I pretty much hate everything. I'm very picky and very persnickety. So the good news is if I really like something, there's a pretty good chance that other people are going to like it who have normal taste, that aren't as nearly as picky as I am. I do have something about It and It Lives or It Too. I mean, I'm like, I liked it. So you can, but for whatever reason, I'm like, you can see It or you can see the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things, but you don't need to see both. They're like the same.
Yeah.
That's sort of the way I feel. So if you've seen either one of those, but not the other, you don't need to. It's like you're saying the same thing again. But I very much like sort of the slow burn, like the Omens, The Witch, the Rosemary's Baby, where it's sort of creepy and eerie the whole time, but the payoff is there. Nosferatu, I didn't like the payoff. I didn't think there was much of a.
I agree. Yeah, I'm sorry. It didn't do it for me. It didn't. And I love the old classic stuff. Like, again, I love Universal Monsters. Hint, Universal is coming out with a monster park, Dark World, I believe it's called, or Dark something, a Dark Epic Universe. Sorry. So Universal Studios in Florida is coming out with a fucking sorry, I mean the curse, a park, a new park,
entire theme park dedicated to right,
dedicated to Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, the Lagoon Monster, all those people. Like are a part of this new park, and that I think is going to really bring Yeah, I think it's going to really bring out the people who are fans of that to Universal now. I think that's genius because Universal, first of all, has awesome stuff. Harry Potter World has all these really cool Marvel. They got Hulk. They got Jurassic Park. Now they're adding this new element to horror fans and
What's old is new again, and like digging in the same bag of tricks. But you can remake all those movies, and they can be good if done right. But I think we're at a time where you have to pick the right people.
Yes,
that's all it comes out.
Yes, I agree.
A Wolfman movie, and it was by the same guy who made the new Invisible Man, which was okay. It was all right. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was during COVID. It was basically straight to streaming, so it was better than that. But it was just okay. Wolfman was the same movie, and it was bad. So I'm a little bit troubled that they're making all these movies badly. I mean, just release the originals and like sort of remaster them and put them in, on CRISPR IMAX or something.
Great idea. That's what I think. That's where I would put it. Like, okay, what's not broken, don't fix. Maybe add some new elements to it. But I mean, I guess the rights to the movie might be just be as what it is, and they have to do something different. But I feel like the classics, you can't beat the classics. And I think for me, they're coming out with the new Mickey Mouse horror movie. That I think is going to sell because who doesn't like Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse is probably one of the most famous figures out there. Famous icons.
So this is the patents up and it's like public domain now?
Yep.
Oh, so we can do funny shit with yeah. Oh, okay.
It is
Steamboat Willie.
Actually,
it's mainly, it's not Mickey Mouse, it's Steamboat Willie.
I turned to Jeff for all my litigious questions here. Am I correct on this? And I think Batman's like the next 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Batman Superman.
Really?
And that's why I think always do a different crest and different length of ears and different shape of the cowl, because they trademark all of those things so that whatever Batman will come into the public domain, it'll be the one that's like from 1929 and 1931 that really nobody relates with now.
So Batman can't be used right now?
Not yet, but he will be, but it'll just be that version. So it'll have to be something really campy, like the Winnie, the Pooh, Blood and Honey movies, which by the way stunk. And
I liked one of them, the second one.
Really? Okay. Well, I didn't see the second one, so maybe I should.
No. First one was horrible. Second one, they had. So the first one they came out with made a lot of money. They had a very small budget. The first movie. Second movie, they used a lot of the money from that they made from the first movie, and they invested it into the second movie, and it came out at least 10 times better than it was. I liked it a lot. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't like, oh my God, I gotta see it. But I think it's really a huge step up from the first movie.
I wish that they combined Cocaine Bear with Pooh, Blood and Honey and made
that would be nice.
Jeff, you know what I want? I know they'll mess it up no matter what happens, but I want another series of Tremors.
Oh,
Tremors?
Like 2 or 3 movies, like a good Tremors trio again with like a new young cast and a not so CGI gimmick.
What is that thing? Is it a worm? I didn't see the movies.
Yeah.
My wife.
It's like a multi-headed. Jeff, how would you describe it?
Yeah, I would call it's like a worm hydra thing. It's sort of like the worms from Dune, but not gigantic, but giant for Earth.
Interesting. I'm gonna look into that. My wife's dad loves that. My father-in-law loves that movie. So, and he has all 3 of them, or however many there are.
Just
so, I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch it.
Yeah, and they haven't remade. I believe that Gremlins is being remade, so Tremors seems like it'll probably be up. Yeah. Unfortunately, they do such a bad job usually with the remakes, which is sort of sad. Like people are looking forward to the new Jurassic Park. I'm not. I'm dreading it. So
why is there a new Leprechaun movie?
Ooh, I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, and if you just want to make a Transformer, just do Gnome. I mean, what's the difference?
Oh my gosh, I have a thing. I love garden gnomes. I love those things. And that would be really sick. That's actually really. I gotta write that down. That's really smart. That's smart.
You can't not water them after midnight because everybody was a sprinkler system. Like it'd be a world of gnomes now. We'd all be dead. They multiplied and became murderous little things at night. Yeah, all the Fey folk are a little bit terrifying. The old Hans Christian Andersen and Grimm's Brothers tales could probably be done right. Frankly, the Greek tragedies and they could do those over again and that'd be all right. I mean, a new team, but like care, give them a little bit of care. It's interesting though because you went from horror movies to Disney, and those are like polar opposites, but. We're not all one thing. Are you like a Disney guy?
I wasn't always. Last year I filmed a movie, and to celebrate, we went to Disney, and I loved it. It was crazy. Me and my wife had the best time. And yeah, I love Disney World. I think it's amazing. I think it's really fun. I think it's like you're away from the real world's issues and you're just engulfing yourself into a new world. And it's beautiful. And yeah, and I went a few times last year after that. And then I went this year a couple weeks ago and had a great time. I love that.
I like the way you say that because ironically, Jeff, you'll like this. I went to the Florida State Fair the other day, just like in the middle of the day on a Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just seemed like you were on vacation. It was 20 minutes up the street from me, and I'm eating a pulled pork macaroni burrito. Like,
Wow.
it just seemed like it was a home away from home. And I think my biggest fear about going to Disney, living in Tampa, being so close, and I always refuse this, I'm afraid that I'm going to have a good time. And I don't want to be I don't want to be Zack Ryder. And I'm just my every day off, I'm at Disney. But that local Florida discount does kind of go pretty hard. So
yeah. Like the discount stores in Disney?
no, if you live in Florida, like the residency, like it's a quarter of the price or half.
Oh yeah, I heard that. It's incredible. Listen, I think there's something for everybody in Disney, right? Like some people think, oh, it's only for kids. No, there's something for everybody. There's, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror, Star Wars Land. You have so much to enjoy, And yeah, I really enjoy my time there. Yeah, I was just there last week. We had a great time. Not last week, a couple weeks ago, we were there. We had a great time, and hope to go back very soon because it was very, very fun.
So you're becoming Zack Ryder or Matt Cardone.
Basically, I kind of am, I guess.
So Thomas, are you saying you don't want to be Zack Ryder or you don't want to be Matt Cardone?
Both, either and neither simultaneously.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
So listen,
we are the same color. I'll just put that out there. We are the same complexion, so he's halfway there. Anyway, I digress.
Okay, all right then. Actually, it's funny. I heard that there, from the same source everyone else heard, but there's hotel damage bills in Brisbane, Australia, from AEW's Grand Slam. And like when you hear about wrestling, it's like there's fighting, they had parties, they broke tables and glasses. No, it's from damage to the furniture and stuff from spray tan. It's like orange and yellow all over the place. I'm like, oh, modern wrestlers are so lame. At least they could have gotten into a fight. It's like, not that you want Arn Anderson and Sid Vicious like stabbing each other any longer with like scissors and chair legs, but I mean, there's something about like the Freebirds, and Dirty Dick Slater like trashing a place versus causing damage from spray tan.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to piggyback on what you said before.
Sure.
I have not seen many Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen a handful, but the ones that I've seen, I loved, like Beauty and the Beast. I liked Pirates of the Caribbean. I liked Star Wars. Well, Star Wars is not. I consider that not a Disney movie. Little Mermaid's fun. Lion King's cool. So there's a lot of really good movies they have in Disney, but I gotta watch more about. I gotta watch more Disney movies. But Disney parks, I really enjoy.
Well, you're going to have a child, so save some of those for when you have a child, so that at least you can have an excuse. Let me give you one piece of advice on Disney movies. Do not go see the Broadway shows, the plays. They're exactly word for word the same as the movies, except
really
like $180 a ticket as opposed to, $5.99 for the home rental or free if you pay for Disney Plus.
Want to hear a funny story?
Sure.
How I got my wife to really get interested in me. I was like, hey, I love Broadway. And she's like, I love Broadway. And I was like, wow, let's go see Broadway. She's like, let's do it. And that was literally how that was the spark, right?
I'll do it.
I actually did. I bought the tickets to Aladdin on Broadway, and we never went. It is 2020. 2019, we got the tickets. 2019. So what happened was she got sick, not COVID. She got sick. And then we, later that year, we were going to go again. And then when we were going to go again, it shut down. So we didn't have the chance to go to that movie. So
never made it.
And
maybe I want to see if this still, 5 years later, 6 years later, but I kind of want to see if,
Right, a little off Broadway at this point.
Go to Broadway for Broadway shows. I'm not saying don't go to the theater. The theater, if you like, I don't love musicals, but occasionally, I really liked Ragtime. I thought that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And there are musicals I've liked, but it's an experience. It's, it makes you feel more worldly and erudite and, part of society. I mean, I don't get the people who go to the theater like every week. Like it's like very Upper East Side shishi annoying. People who actually read the New Yorker, that kind of thing, as opposed to those who listen to the daily podcast and pretend they read the New Yorker, which is, still a very shishi segment of society. Thomas is like, shut up already. But there's plenty of good theater. I don't know what any of them are. I know what they were when I grew up. I mean, I remember that stuff. I love The Wiz, but okay. So Wicked holds a very special bad place in my heart because when I went to Wicked, I didn't want to. I was dragged there, and I looked around, and for like every 7 females, there was like 2 males, and usually it was a grandfather or a husband or like the younger brother who had to show up. But they all looked defeated. They all looked exactly like me. And it's one of those things where like, well, what if the witch wasn't really bad, but just misunderstood? Like it all started when that guy wrote 3 Little Pigs from the Wolves standpoint, which is pretty much where society officially crossed the bell curve as from going bad to all the way bad, unsalvageable. It started going bad, by the way, when people started liking Batman over Superman, but that's a different story.
Oh, you watch your mouth, Jeff.
I'm telling you, Batman's a sociopath. Superman's a Boy Scout in the form of a god. So
I'm not rooting for no damn Boy Scout.
Well, we'll go earlier when they put "ain't" in the Webster dictionary. That's what we first sold out. But anyway, I hate Wicked. I hated Wicked so much that I told my now ex-wife, this is not the reason why though. Well, maybe it is, who knows, that whenever I saw anything about Wicked, be it a bus with the sign, be it in an elevator, be it a commercial on TV, that I would go, Wicked, Wicked. And I did in crowded elevators, in public transportation.
I love it.
Wherever. Well, nobody else did.
Didn't know that was their war cry. It's the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yes, it was a former war cry. This is not with my current wife because I don't think she would ever want to see Wicked in the theater. I don't think she'd even want to see theater. Like she would like to see she'd love to see like Bad Bunny or something like that. What do you guys do for dates with you? I mean, you're 2 hip guys. One of you is young and married. The other one is youngish and single, living the best life. Like what do you guys do for dates?
It depends. Where are we at? First date or like 5th date?
You start with first and take me through 1 through 5.
I'm big on coffee or lunch, depending on their availability. A quick in and out, or drinks, I guess. I'm not a big drinker. I will offer that coffee, lunch, drinks, something super casual. You can make a good impression about somebody. Then eventually you got to feed them. You probably do that once or twice, throw in a rooftop bar somewhere along the lines. I need to hang out with someone 7 times before I go to a movie with them. I need to watch a movie with you at my house before I take you to the movies.
Netflix and chill. That's fine. Vinny?
I mean, I can't beat that. He's got it. He's got it all set.
Of course,
I write the blue book on this thing.
He's like Isaac Hayes, but tall. Come on.
So, I mean, my first date was Cheesecake Factory with my wife.
That's an excellent first date. Easy menu, go to, can't go too wrong. If you live in the burbs, it's right around the corner.
Can't go wrong. Cheesecake Factory, delicious. You have easy menu. You have cheesecake at the end to make the meal happy. Great time. Second date was Rainforest Cafe. I love Rainforest Cafe because it's like Disney. It's like very fun. You're in a new universe. You're in the jungle. Mm-hmm. There's gorillas around you. There's tigers. There's elephant. There's all these animals around you while you're eating food. Obviously, they're fake animals, but as you're eating, and it's just fun. It's different. It's a cool vibe, right? And it's like, you hear birds chirping. There's thunder and lightning that go off on and off. Very fun vibe. So I would say that's a good date to go on if you like that stuff. T-Rex, same thing. It's the same thing as Rainforest Cafe, but it's like T-Rex land. It's the same thing. Of course, over time, you travel together. You do like, little road trips together like I did in the beginning. I really didn't bring her around wrestling at all, ever, until like years in. Never brought her around wrestling. I mean, occasionally I'll bring her some shows. I bring her really to big shows. The bigger shows or the bigger matches I have, I bring her to.
I find it crazy how supportive these ladies are. When you don't, like, in reality, it's like, I don't expect you to come to this. Like, save yourself. Go, no. And then, like, even for me, it's like, when I'm, like, on the road and someone texts me, like, oh, I'm watching this. I'm like, why? What are you doing? It's a Saturday. Get off of
Yeah, I agree. Very lucky
that the support, but, like, damn, mama.
Well, I agree. I'm in the same boat as you. Yeah.
I want to
So,
know,
I mean,
what is a big show, because I mean you mostly do indies. I mean you're basically a free agent. So what is a big show in your mind that merits the wife, or the, when she was the pre-wife, coming to the show, that you think it's like, the bad smell and the odor and wrestling fans and other wrestlers aren't going to turn her off enough, that it's like a environment I mean, obviously in Japan, but before you were married, you're probably not flying, your girlfriend or new fiance over to Japan.
yeah, no, when I got married the month after I went to Japan for Christmas, and I didn't bring it with me, because, her flight would have been a lot of money. So,
Right.
No. But as a New Japan, she actually couldn't make that. That was an event that she would have been at.
Okay.
I was in America though. I did MLW 2021, I believe. She was there for that. I would say like the bigger events, bigger indies, I would say.
Did she meet Thomas?
No, she met Hammerstone, and that was it.
You kept her away from Thomas. That was probably smart too. did you go, this is your boy Hammerstone? She's like, my boy? What do you mean?
I did say that, actually.
I love saying that. Your boy Hammerstone.
But, like a big name matches, she loves to come to those, see me against a big name that I've seen on TV that she could relate to and say, oh, wow, this is really cool. Championship matches, of course. And of course, when we go overseas, I brought her with me to Netherlands, Romania, Hungary, and Germany. I did a tour out there. She was with me there for a month. So, she came to one of the shows out there in Germany, had a lot of fun.
Complained about Nosferatu the whole time, going, they could have just driven this same thing. He didn't need to go on a boat.
He didn't need to go on he could have just driven it. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Yes. So if it's like not a regular indie that I'm doing, if it's a bigger show, bigger name, bigger event, bigger, draws, then I'll have her come to the show with me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so like date wise though, if we're in, like for example, we were in Europe. I brought her to a really nice restaurant in Europe, like a French restaurant when we were in France. So like,
France?
Yeah, and again,
in France they just call them restaurants.
Yes.
Like, well, where do I find a French restaurant in France? And they know what you mean, but they're still French, so they're going to look at you like this.
Yeah.
Except not with a skinny face, as opposed to that. This is my moon face.
So, Big Dog, how you staying in shape these days? How many days a week you working out? What are you doing at the gym? Are you training in the ring at all? Or are you just getting your cardio in where you fit in? How you living?
I in-ring train when I'm able to. I wrestle every single week. So I do cardio before I wrestle. Like I do in-ring cardio before I wrestle on shows if I get there early enough. I do cardio in the gym as well. Stairmaster, I would say, is definitely my favorite workout to do. Stairmaster is definitely, bar none, probably the best cardio there is to do for endurance and fat burn. I eat carnivore mostly. When I'm on my diet, I do carnivore, right? That's my diet. That's literally my go-to. That's my everything, because that's what works for me. That's where I succeed, and that's where my money is at. And I love meat. And yeah, I train 4 or 5 days a week. If I'm local, I try and train in the morning. If I'm flying somewhere and I don't have time, that'll be a rest day. But I try when I'm flying and I have time, I try and go to a gym nearby. That's why I have a Planet Fitness, because there's all over the United States.
Crazy. I wish I could fly and work out in the same exact day. I would die if I tried that. My body can't take it.
It's not easy. I don't do it all the time. But like if I'm able to and I have the day, I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me just treat this as a regular workout day. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, sometimes if I'm away for 2 nights traveling and I'm wrestling and, I miss the workouts, I'm like, I have to like think in my head, okay, I have to reset some of these, like, I have to like reset myself a little bit in the gym. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to still keep going on and going in momentum and building the weight. So that's where my mindset is sometimes. When I'm able to, I train on the day of.
Hell yeah.
Very good. Listen, where did you two meet? Like, where have you two interacted? Because
MLW. I met him.
MLW for sure.
MLW year 2019 or 20. I met you, and then I met you again when I was there in 2021, I believe.
For sure. And we might have gone back as far as, I feel like we had to cross paths somewhere along the lines of maybe the days of, like, I don't know, Shakara was before your time, or maybe like some of those Northeast shows. Were you around Evolve or Shakara those days?
Evolve. Yep.
So yeah, depending on the day, I was around and sometimes not around. So
yes, you're always very pleasant to be around.
He's just lying, Jeff. You hear this bullshit?
No. I call it a vibe. I feel a vibe when I'm around somebody. shaking their hand, looking them in the eyes, you know the vibe you're gonna get, and you know the feeling. I feel like.
I don't know. The only person I've ever heard said anything negative about you is you and your former team partner, who was happy enough to quote you on Thomas on Thomas is sort of doubting Thomas. But no, I'm a Thomas guy. I mean, maybe we should.
I'm a different person these days. You cross paths with me at MLW. I'm a happier, cheerier old man, but not as hard to work with as I once was.
Vinny, are you gonna be in Battle Riot? Are you gonna be one of those 40?
Me, I don't know. Of course, I am. I can't speak for him. I know I'll be there.
Well, yeah, of course you're going to be there. I mean, Boomaye is for the people, and then there's often a different constitution of Boomaye, much like Contra. It's like you've got revolving parts.
I'm out to win. I'm winning this year. I'm telling you, I'm the number one contender.
Do it. Please. Deserve it.
So exciting. Well, listen, there's a pretty good chance. I mean, poor Riddle, he's got to defend it in Battle Riot against 39 other people. And that devious Eric Bischoff, there's two people he doesn't like, Alex Kane and Matt Riddle. So there's your 1 and 2. So everyone else is a favorite.
Bada bing, bada boom.
The old distraction, brother. The justice, brother.
Well, that's where the trust me may come back. I don't know. I'm not,
Nobody loves me more than me. Anyway,
good. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So that'd be cool to see you in Battle Riot coming in there in L.A., Vinny. I mean, bright lights in New York, bright lights in L.A. Maybe do they still have?
He's a movie star now. He's a man of the big screen. It would only be fitting.
I'm trying.
Put a call into the office.
Very blessed that I've gotten to be in a movie and be considered for many more. So I'm trying to keep the ball rolling. I believe as a wrestler, you are not only just a wrestler, you are a brand, you are a influencer, you are a celebrity. Everyone in their own right is some sort of celebrity, right? You're in front of crowds, people watch you, they follow you. So I feel like you don't got to do just one thing to succeed. You could do acting, you could do movies, you could do podcasts, you could do TV shows, you could do it all. I'm also branching into mental health talks. I because of my Frequency of Miracles time, someone saw it. They were very impressed with how I told my story, and they were moved by my story. So I'm going to be possibly getting involved in a TV show coming out soon about men's mental health, which is very, very cool.
Are you more men's mental health awareness?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing that I really want to start pushing out there is mental health awareness, because you live in your own head. You are you, and there's no one else who could feel what you're going through. So I feel like you have to take care of your mental health more than anything else.
That's true. Are these things, are you SAG-AFTRA, or are you working your way to SAG-AFTRA?
I'm working my way there.
Does a documentary count as a credit towards SAG-AFTRA?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, you got to look into that, my man. You're in the movie. So, all right. So that's cool. I mean, we, of course, are rooting for you here. And when you get in some of those fun movies, we want to, not that the movie you did wasn't necessarily fun, but you know what I mean? Like
horror. Yeah.
Chucky on Ice, Killer Gnomes from Mars, and
the Last Long Island action hero.
That's right. The Last Long Island. Suffolk County's Last Hope.
I love it.
All right. What are the top 3 movies you've seen in the past 12 months? It doesn't matter if they were in the theaters or at home. And same question for you, Thomas.
12 months. Wicked. Sorry.
It's okay. Wicked. The law still applies.
Yep. Law still applies. Beauty and the Beast. Favorite movie of all time. One of.
It's my life.
Soundtrack is killer. American Psycho.
Okay. Wow. That took it took a wonderful turn, but what a turn. So, Thomas, what are you looking at into the side there? Is someone breaking into your
commercial for the new Evolve? But I just want to know where my footage is from, like Evolve 73.
So excited for Evolve on Tubi. I think that I think that's.
I was distracted by the purple and black. It just sucked me back in, my former employer.
I like when wrestlers are excited by wrestling. I think that's
me too.
I haven't watched a new movie. I was excited for Dog Man, half man, half dog. The preview of that being a child's movie and an animation cracked me up. It's on my list of things to watch. I also want to see Den of Thieves 2. I know this is about what we have watched, not what we're going to watch, but those are 2 things that are on my list. And I hope that there's another movie that comes out soon, because I feel like I want to go to the theater, but there's no James Bond in my near future. So I'm looking for a reason to go to the movie theater soon.
Well, hopefully a date.
Yeah. Well, the last Mission Impossible is coming out. So maybe that's
I would definitely see that. I've seen them all at this point, so we got to.
Yeah, Tom Cruise though is starting to look. He's starting to look like he's fighting aging, and it's starting to get a little weird.
He's 80 years old, I think.
I think he's more like 61 or 62. Still,
I'm too close to the Scientology church down here to talk shit. So,
yeah,
right over the water here in Clearwater.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I had a friend and had a new boyfriend, and I walked in and I saw a book by L. Ron Hubbard. I said, "Hold on, who gave you that?" And she's like, the name. I'm like,
"Oh boy,
stop. Either end it or we can't come here anymore." It's like, I'm all for aliens. I'm all for my alien overlords. I'm definitely a collaborator, but not this particular brand on this particular plane of existence. All right, Vinny, what else should I ask you? What else should we talk about?
Vinny, what do you got coming up?
Yeah,
what do I have coming up? If I say it, when's it coming out?
We never know. Within the next 4 to 8 days.
Okay, so I can't say it.
Don't spoil anything. You got any wrestling shows coming up? Any bookings?
Yeah, I'm in Delaware Saturday for 1CW. That'll be fun. They're on TV in Delaware, which is cool. March 1st, I fly out to WWC Puerto Rico.
Very nice.
Ooh, there you go.
They're very fun. They treat me so well. They are very professional. They've been great to me, and I have nothing but great things to say about them. And Puerto Rico is beautiful too. I love tropical. I want to move to Florida soon. That's where my mindset's at.
Oh, let's go.
I love Florida. Love Florida so much. Nothing like it. I feel like home there every time I'm there.
You guys can be roommates. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to sublease my apartment?
March 7th, I'm at Hood Slam.
Real estate mogul. I'm sorry, what slam?
March 7th, I'm at Hood Slam,
Hood
California.
Slam. Nice.
And where is that?
That's Oakland, California.
Okay. Well, that's Hood.
Sounds good.
Is Hobbs still walking around on the streets there? Is he still writing his book of Hobbs and walking around in Oakland, or have they found a new thing for him to do?
We don't watch AEW. It means
when I did, he was walking around Oakland mindlessly, walking around writing a book of Hobbs.
Oh, wow.
He's on chapter 2.
I'll find out.
I mean, he could be on this show, the Book of Hobbs. I mean, it fits right in.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Powerhouse, you're invited anytime.
Do it.
All right. So of these shows, are any of them meritorious enough to bring Senora Pacifico?
She won't be coming, but
we don't fly out the wives, Jeffrey.
Yeah, no, if it's worth it, I'll bring with me. You know what I mean? Like, because, I want to make money on these trips. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Bringing my wife is not the smart decision to make money. But like for example, if I'm going away for a month, it's worth it, right? But quick trip to Puerto Rico, in and out. I want to bring you to Puerto Rico. It's a very nice island to go to with your partner. But I think this time not really likely.
The man's going to work.
Yeah, I will be going to Vegas. Won't say
for weekend.
No, might be even bigger for me at this point.
Whoa!
Won't say what because I can't announce it yet. But she's coming. She'll be there for that.
So it's confirmed you're going to be Puck in the new Alpha Flight movie.
Yes,
I knew it. I knew it all along. You beat out John Silver. Good job.
And this also what I told you. The Vegas thing is non-wrestling. It has to do with again. I believe everything correlates to wrestling. Like if your value grows outside wrestling, it helps in wrestling. But this is not wrestling related. But it's very, very special to me. And
never really in the history of man has the phrase "everything is pro wrestling" ever been more true than right now, as we exist right now in this world. So PJ's been telling me this for years. He's saying everything is bullshit. Everything is pro wrestling.
Always.
And damned if he wasn't right. So PJ, if you're listening, I hope you are. I mean, it's still sort of your show.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Absolutely. So I don't know what's going on. But all right. So Vinny, if people want to follow, support you, how do they do that? Vinnie
Pacifico on Instagram. Twitter is Vinnie Pacifico 1 and Facebook is Vinnie Pacifico.
All right. Excellent. And Thomas, while you're not distracted by your television,
my favorite professional wrestler Gunther's on my television, so I am distracted. But yeah, it's me, Mocha Traps, at Mocha Traps on the Insta and the Twitter and the TikTok. Watch MLW, check out MLW, like, subscribe. Our next show is April 5th in Los Angeles. It'll be the Battle Riot, which will be for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. If you have any food recommendations in Washington, D.C., I'll be there next week. Send them to me.
Bourbon steak in the Four Seasons.
Look at that right there. Boom, done.
Let's go.
Dinner on Tuesday. Locked in. Appreciate that. That's all.
So good.
Like, follow, retweet, repost.
Love it. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for being had. And folks, if you're here by accent, or you're just a big fan of Vinny, or you're a fan of Mr. Thomas's and it took you this long, why take you so long? But welcome. Just go to the Garden of Doom, might be Garden of Thought, and subscribe, and you'll get 3 shows: Garden of Doom or Thought, Garden Views, and the Book of Black. So, and I promise you'll enjoy every single one of them. Somebody told me they'll never look at the Peacock the same way again. That's enough of a teaser. If you want to follow me on the X, maybe start at Icarus Fell MD, and then when we get to know each other better, maybe then you can go to @DoseEvil if you're ready for I don't know, my righteous heel character. All right, enough.
If you want to debate ring size and apron skirts, for sakes.
No, but everyone turned out to be right. It's whatever QT Marshall is. Always say the opposite. It's never gotten me wrong. So anyway, enough about that. Hey, QT. You're welcome here as well.
He's
too.
coming.
He's not coming. You're right. You're not welcome here. Anyway, invite withdrawn. It's like a vampire is like going out. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you very much, guys.
He's got big things coming up. Thomas is going to be the new MLW World Champion pretty soon. Probably the Open Champion, the Never Champion win, and all the other stuff. And that's a wrap.
More episodes of The Garden of Thought on the Wrestling Soup Network.
Follow Jeff Lippman on X at DoseEvil.
And make sure to follow Mr. Thomas on X and Instagram at Mocha Traps.